You make all things possible. All things possible. You when I'm cast down, face down on my knees. I know you never leave me nor forsake me. I'm holding on to your promise, Lord. Never will you know. Never forsake me. Never leave me alone. Oh, you never forsake me. Amen. That's a fact. God will never forsake us or leave us, no matter how dark it gets, no matter how far away we feel. Most of the time, that reason that we're far away is because we didn't do something God wanted us to do, and so He's waiting for us to come back to that spot, that first love, so that we'll do what He wants us to do. I mean, that's kind of what He said to Laodicea, right? He said, return to your first love because you left me. And that's basically why we end up sometimes feeling far away from God. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. How's your day going? Yep. about the same. It seems like there's a lot of good, and then there's a lot of sometimes a lot of other things kicking in there too. It's kind of a mixture of things, really. So I told you last time we talked about that woman and meeting her and all that. She has that app company, and so I went in there and I started trying to develop an app. And I'm going to tell you something. It was the most clunkiest, weirdest experience because there's like it's very confusing. There's like two different administration panels. One of them is called On the Go. When you open that, it's a completely different platform. It makes no sense. And it's basically almost like 1990 technology. It's really bad. So I decided that, you know, for what we do, we're like, we're like a chat ministry. We like to chat. We like the Giphy files and the memes and we have a lot of young people. That's what we do. So whatever we do has to fit our, identity of who we are. We can't, just create an app because I like somebody or they have a good company or whatever. I have to create the app based on what I feel is going to be the best for us as a group. And so I decided to cross that one off. Unfortunately, I was hoping that could be something, but yeah. So it's crazy. It's like, I mean, everything, like every single company out there that does app creation, they want you to pay up front a year. And I mean, who has that kind of money just laying around unless you're, an organization that has, funding or whatever. But I mean, it's almost to the point where you have to you would have to fund it, unless you, like I said, unless you got money put aside, so it's a big investment, and probably why I haven't tried to create an app till now. Uh, it's a little bit more than I was expecting, to be honest. But it could be with prices skyrocketing now. It might have affected the app market too. Who knows? But I am. I came. So I went back and forth. Certain things I was waiting on. They came back and they said, you know, this is the amount and whatever, and it was too much. So I ended up getting found a company that does something that's I think is the best way to do it, and that is you create a website. So you have your website. You can make your website any way you want, and so I tried Wix. Wix is like number one, and but Wix it's like Zoom's number one. Ah, I don't know why Wix is number one in anybody's book because it sucks, and I'll tell you why. You cannot have audio or video chat on their platform. Their firewall blocks it, which is really stupid because every other app or every other web builder like Weebly or any of them, they will allow you to do it. So I was actually going to run Comet Chat, or that little tiny chat, as we like to call it. I found out where I was actually able to install it in a website as the deck version of it. So it was, half the page of the website. It was really big this time, not small and tiny. And it was pretty cool, and everything. But then I got to thinking, this doesn't integrate with a membership. It doesn't really do anything that Cosme, embedding a Cosme site wouldn't do, but Cosme would give us more features. We'd have a whiteboard, we'd have games, we'd have everything. And I can embed Cosme. I have a code that I created, a snippet, a smidgen, a snippet. I don't know where they come up with these words, but I was able to do it, and it works. You can actually use the camera and every feature, and it's right on the web page, so you don't have to go anywhere. You do have to join it if you haven't joined, but you would have to join Atom Chat anyway. Atom Chat is, they want $960 up front to run that, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pay that. And I said, well, is there a monthly plan I could get on? And they haven't got back to me, so I'm just done with that. But anyway, I found this app builder that if you create the website, you put your URL in there, and then they duplicate your site onto a mobile app. And then once you get it the way you want it and everything like that, then you submit it to the App Store, Apple and Google, and you have push notifications and everything. You have your mobile app. And the cool thing is, it looks just like your website. So I found what I'm working on right now, and I'll show you it before I submit anything. I want you guys' feedback, and I'm talking to Game Warrior too about it. I don't know if you've ever heard of Squarespace. It's a website builder. It's pretty popular out there, and they have they have this thing where you can create basically anything. They have like more features than a lot of these website builders, so you can pretty much do whatever you want, and it has the ability to put the HTML in it, so I could run Cosme on it. Now, I don't know how you feel about Cosme still. I still think for what we do, it's video chat, it's audio chat, it has, you know, I can't. The thing is, I can't embed Watch2Gether. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. And I talked to the owner about it before a couple of years ago when I wanted to use it, and he said that he doesn't have the interface yet. Yeah, it doesn't have much of a user base, but if we're using it to pull people in for our own from our own app, I think that would be okay. Now, even if we get a few stragglers here or there, I would be okay with that. We're basically using it for the resources that it has, the games and all of that. Now, if we put Atom Chat on there, it's not going to give us any people. It's basically not a random chat thing anyway. Whereas at least with Cosme, you do have the option of getting a few new people, so that's kind of cool. But the problem is, unless you're going to go out and spend thousands of dollars and build, a mobile interface that has chat. Now, the one that it was promising to me, it was called Nandbox, and that they took 2 weeks or at least a week to get back to me. They finally got back to me, and their pricing, it's the same. It's you got to pay it all up front, and that's the problem. Is I don't have the money up front. I could do something monthly, but they want, because they're building the app and everything, they want a year commitment. That's what it's all about. They want the app your app to stay up because it benefits them, somehow. I don't know how it does, but it does. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much where I'm at with it. Oh, and by the way, this is the part that I almost forgot. It's the most important part. That app is free. It's free to make it, and you really don't pay them anything. You give them what it would cost to put it in the app store, which is it's $99 for Apple and it's $20 for Android. So it's like $120 to get your apps up on both stores, and you give them that money, and then they help you submit your app. There's a process, and they do all that for you. And I don't understand how they're making any money. Now there may be additional things I have to look into down the road, but based on what I've seen, it's I guess they're making money somehow off of it, but I don't know how because basically I looked it up, and that's doesn't matter who builds your app, you got to pay that because that doesn't have anything to do with the app. That has to do with Apple and licensing and also Android licensing. Now I've never done a mobile app before, so this is my first go around with it, and it's just that if you've never tried to do an app, you wouldn't believe how complicated it is. It's not simple, and there's a lot of things that go into play. Um, there's another one called App Machine, and that's a straightforward app builder. And I was able to embed Comet Chat into that as well on a page. It worked, but that one there is a little more expensive, but it's still not as expensive as a lot of them, and you can create. I pretty much created the whole app already for that one. It has a lot of different channels. Um it has prayer requests. It has reading the Bible and all that. But that's what I'm trying to do. So what are the features that we want? Well, I know for me, we talked about this before. I found a way on my Spotify account where I can add people to a playlist where they can add music. So it becomes a collaboration rather than like most of the time Spotify is just like you're playing music. But I found a way that you can actually invite people with an email with a link and they can collaborate so they can add music too. So I want to create a Spotify channel because that's just like you can play anything on it, audios, videos, whatever. Do you have Spotify by any chance? Spotify is what Joe Rogan is on, the podcaster. It's a big platform, but what's what's cool about it is you create playlists, and for some reason I must have gave Avery the keys to it because she added a bunch of weird songs on there. I found out like she created a Jesus Connect club and all kinds of songs that are like they're not even like Christian songs. One of them was like that Ed Sheeran or something, the guy that just won that lawsuit. That his music and all kinds of different music. And then I had a Jesus club that was all like worship music and stuff. But she created a bunch of music on there um, back in the day. But anyway, so that would be a way for us and to have a music channel where people could listen to, and then if I add them, they can contribute. So like you could contribute, you could add songs, and it's just really it's good. It's a good app. I mean it's one half dozen of the other, but it's probably one of the better apps out there. So that's something that I'd like to have. You know, I really think music is powerful. People love music. I mean, that's kind of why Discord is so, you know, powerful, because it has all those tools. It's just that Discord, the reason I don't just use it is because no matter how much you're on there and how much you're bumping the server, you just don't get any people. It's just a, for some reason it just doesn't work unless you already have, most people that are successful on Discord, they already had a successful group somewhere else, and they, you know, exported all those people into it. That's how they got all those people. It's not, believe me, if you didn't have all those people already, you're not going to get them on Discord. I mean, we got a few. We were kind of fortunate, and I mean, we, that guy that came in the other night, was you here when he came in? The guy from what was his name? The guy from the Czech Republic. I mean, that was kind of cool. You know, this is just somebody randomly that found us on Discord, but those are few and far between. But at any rate, the idea of Discord is awesome, and the features of Discord is awesome. And I want to kind of, I don't want to clone it by any means, but I would like to have a Bible channel. When I call it a channel, it might not be actually like a channel. It might just be, well, a page or something. I don't know how it would work. I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't even started building the website yet. Once I build the website, then I can put the URL in and see what it's going to look like. It shows me on the side what it looks like on a mobile, so I'll be able to see it. If I can get a link, I'll show it to you so you can kind of get a look at it. But some of the features are like a music channel, a Bible channel, a live channel, live just with, you know, I'm trying to keep things real simple. Like, I kind of been looking at other people's websites to get ideas. And there's a guy that, I don't know if you ever heard of Crossroads Church, Crossroads Ministry. They're a pretty big ministry out there, right? So anyway, my 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 son-in-law works at one of the big churches in Cincinnati. He's a graphics artist, and he does all their graphics for them, digital stuff. So I was curious to see who they were, and I looked them up, and I looked at their website, and they just had a really simplistic, you know, like live or Bible or prayer or whatever, just one word, and you click on it and it has all the, you know, links, everything opens up to, you know, whatever. And I already got one idea for the Bible. It's Bible Gateway, because Bible Gateway opens up and you can read the Bible audio and all that, different translations, study notes, tons of things. I mean, we could import all kinds of things. There's this thing called Olive. Is it Olive Garden? No, that's a restaurant. Olive Tree, Olive Garden, Olive Tree. I'm thinking pasta here. Olive Tree, and the Olive Tree app is just, I you just ate. The Olive Tree app is phenomenal, and I've shared some of their blogs and stuff. But it's great because you can, if you download the app, you can basically send those anywhere, and they're nice, you know, for people that just want to read. But anyway, so you have like a blog channel or articles. Of course, that's what we're going to have one of those, right? Games. Well, the games would all be, you know, in our Cosme, in our chat, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. That would be on the main page. When you come onto the home page, it actually would be embedded in it. You would see it. The first time that you would come onto the website, you would have to click on it and join it. and Cosme's an easy join, no problem. But then after you join it, the next time you come into the website, all you do is you're either going to stay signed in or you just put your credentials in and you're good. You don't have to join it over and over. It will remember you in the website. So that's kind of a cool thing. So then I feel like we should have a donate button. We should have a prayer request. And these can be on the website. I could make them extensive. I could have these could be website pages because it's not going to be like Discord. The app will be more like Discord. It'll have the way I'm going to set the app up is so it has a side link menu, so kind of like Discord where you just click, and so you have a prayer page, and maybe it's not just simply um, have a little. I have a little chat box thingy I can embed in it, and people could actually type in their prayer request like on Discord and whatnot. But we could even go further with that. We could add different resources in there for help. We could add all kinds of things. We could make a prayer center. We don't have to just do prayer requests. So that's how cool this is. It'll be really awesome. And then when people open that up on the app, all that will open up. And so, you know, these are the types of things we can do. Now, I'm going to really I've been taking my time with I know it sounds like well, yeah, I've been working on this for about 2 weeks, week and a half, and I've been thinking a lot about it. And I think that what makes us unique as a ministry is that we have which is our live streaming, which we've been doing for years. So I can embed YouTube Live, which that becomes our universal outreach into the app as well. So there'd be YouTube live stream, and we would set it up again as a page, but it could have a button or a link on the home page. You click on it, and you go to that page, and then it has like our schedule of when we're alive, so people will know. But the good news is, with the mobile app, we'll be able to send out push notifications. So now people are getting alerted to our events in real time through their phones. So that whole idea of zapping people becomes a reality. So now we can zap them. And this way, we have both the website and the mobile app, which to me is a much better idea than just having a mobile app because we still want people to connect with us on their computers or laptops. Unfortunately, we're not completely done with that. I mean, the technology hasn't caught up yet. If they ever make mobile phones to where the technology is, I don't think it ever could be, but I don't know how that's going to work. Who knows? We might have holograms by then. All right. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Get 5 on 3. All right, I'm back. My cam went out. All right, I'm back. Have you been on that other site, that Bearcat, whatever that is? Yeah, that's the problem with some of these sites. But that's why we got to make our own app and do our own thing so we can build on it. If we get an app in the App Store, that's gonna, just by having the app in there, and then having the what they call it, a rate the app or whatever. They have a function where you can, just having it on there is going to increase our traffic. We're going to get new people. Plus, once we get an app, we'll have a code we can give people. It'll make it easy for them to join it, and it'll definitely be a boost for us for sure. Um, no doubt about it. But so a lot of the features within the app would be accessible through Cosme. So like Watch2Gether, those features. Now, if we find a better, more, you know, populated with people option, um, I don't know that we could embed it. Cosme just has, like, you can't embed Twitter, you can't embed Facebook, you can't probably embed you now. I don't know. It's not really a URL, it's a room. It's kind of just your profile link. So I don't think you could embed that. But Cosme just has the right type of URL that allows me to embed it into my website with the allow cam and audio feature, which it's a game changer if we can use it because it'll give us what we need for now. It doesn't have to be a permanent solution. Maybe somebody will create a more affordable video and audio chat. I'm surprised there aren't more out there, to be honest. It really shocks me. In all these years that we've been doing this, Comet Chat is still like the only one that offers a group chat function. Yeah, I mean, but the problem is that all of these sites that offer video chat are just like businesses, so they can talk to their customers. This customer chat, like 99% of them are customer chat options, which goes to show you where people's mindset is. It's not in getting people together to chat and just have a good time. It's about making money, getting more, products sold and all of that. And that's where all this technology, the WebRTC technology, that's what it all went to for e-commerce and those types of solutions, so people could sell their products online and be able to talk to people in real time. But they forgot about, like, and before that, Flash, when Flash was around, it was all group chat. It was just people getting together. It was the total opposite. So that's what happened. So, but again, we can work with it, um, down the road, if for whatever reason we decide to, we can, maybe at that point we can revisit anything, and add something. But the other thing is, we're still going to use you now. We're still going to use Cosme and some of these, not Cosme, Cast and some of these other random chat that are, we could still use them for growing, and then offer our app for people to join the app. So I think it's a good solution. I think it'll work. And then we can still, advertise on Facebook, Twitter, other social media sites. Having an app will be a game changer. That's for sure. So I think that's probably the way I'm going to go. I'm going to create the website over the next couple of days. Figure out. I think talking about it tonight was helpful because it kind of gave me an idea. I got like my little schematic drawing here. I told that lady, I said, I should say her name is Carolyn Hart. She's the one that started iHub. She has a great idea. It actually, her hub is great for like anybody that doesn't do audio and video chat or anything like that. If you just wanted to have a hub for like sharing your articles and blogs, like you're a church, you just wanted to share, you can do a live stream in there from YouTube, but that's not real time. That's not really like group chat. That's just one person sharing, one to many, that type of thing. But the group chat is what we are all about. And that's what took a hit. Zoom's not even really group chat. Zoom is just a web conferencing. And that's what people don't understand. They think, oh, just use Zoom. Zoom is not meant to be a group chat. It just isn't. First of all, you don't have a permanent record or history of the chat, and only one person can start it. So that person has to be there all the time in order to chat. No, that's stupid. That's not what we call a real time chat. Now, real time chat is like Cosme. Cosme has the permanent room history. So at any given time, somebody come into our app, they can join in the chat. If it was, it won't be that way because we'll be on there all the time. But if it was 2 weeks ago, they could still join in on the chat because it's a real time chat room. And so basically, that's kind of the idea. Unfortunately, with the way things have gone over the last few months, we've kind of dwindled down to where it's just a few of us left. And I mean, we're still strong in other areas, like on Facebook and other areas. But what I'm trying to do is get those people. And the app would be the glue that will bring us all together. How's that for some poetry? The app would be the glue. No, because I can easily funnel everybody into the app, which would be hugely easy, and that should increase our growth really quick. But there's another thing that we were talking about, and she told me about. It's this thing called Glue, and we were talking about Glue, but it's an actual app, a church app, where you create your church or your ministry on Glue, and then I didn't see the value of it, but she was telling me how it works, and then it made sense to me. So what Glue does is that you put in all your information, where you're from, if it's an online, and your website, everything like that. And so what Glue does is it funnels people into your network. So when people come to Glue and they're looking for a church in Detroit or maybe a ministry that connects out of Detroit, or even if it's online, then it potentially they will could become part of your Glue ministry, which I didn't know it did that. That's kind of a cool thing. So I'm going to look into that as well as another resource for us if we could use that to get new people. That they also give you an app for that. Um, I may have to look at that again. Maybe that's, but the way it looked to me, like it was more like, they have all these resources. Like it's a pretty. Let's see if I can find it, pull it up. But it was an interesting thing because they have like articles that it's more like, hey, here you can use these articles to reach out, and you could funnel them through your app and all that kind of stuff. But maybe it would make more sense. Huh. Glue Us, yeah, that's the name of it. All right, let me see if I can. That's what I like about Watch Together stuff like this because it really does. Oh, this direct link thing is pretty cool. All right, so this is Glue. Wow, that was weird. Help your church reach and serve more people, new people every week. Supercharge your church online outreach. Let's get you connected. Glue is a new kind of outreach platform designed to help your church reach your city in a way that saves you time, activates your team, and increases your impact. Our goal is to help your church serve more new people and see more lives changed each week. Online campaigns on Glue are designed to help you reach people who don't typically go to church but need prayer, have questions about Jesus, or need help, and we deliver them directly to you. Watch a quick video. Hey, a cup of coffee. Wow. What do you think of that, huh? Pretty interesting. So anyway, glue, that's what wait a second. What what happened to glue? Oh. So it's kind of what it looks like. It the reason I think that I didn't see it could work for us is because I think you've got to have a physical church in your area to make it work. I don't know that if it just works if you just have a website church or not. Because they keep talking about adding people. But you know what? I'll dig into it and maybe give them an email, shoot them an email, see how. Because if it's something that they're going to actually direct people my way, I would be interested in that. If there's people that are seeking the Lord or whatever, and I don't see why it wouldn't work for an online ministry, but we'll see. But that could be another option to help us grow. Um, you know, like I said, we got to throw everything in the water, as I say. All the lures need to go in the water if we're gonna, be as effective as we can possibly be. But I'm not sure how that would work. I'll have to look into it. But that doesn't, that's not going to replace having our own app or anything like that. It just could be another lure in the water, another tool to try to reach people. But anything that could help us, even if we get ideas from it that we can implement ourselves. Now, I've got tons of ideas. I told that Carolyn lady, I said, I'm a really good ideas person, but where I have trouble is in executing the ideas. And I mean, I'm really great at coming up with clever ideas and having, those types of things, and never short of those. But it's one thing to have an idea, but it's another thing. And so I think a lot of times maybe I'm not the person, like some of my ideas, they didn't work out. And I think it's not because they're a bad idea. Maybe I just wasn't the right person to do it. Maybe somebody else will come along and do it. And I have given people ideas. But the point is, we've had ideas. We got to get beyond ideas. We got to bring this into reality, make it happen. And if we do that, we'll be successful. The Lord will bless us because this is all about that. At the end of the day, we're not trying to make money. We're not trying to raise, funds. We're trying to reach people. We're trying to simply reach people with the gospel and encourage other Christians in the process. And that's pretty much what we've been doing. I still talk to people on Facebook every day. Well, not every day, but almost every week that were on Wire Club 10 years ago. But Facebook is not, I tell people, Facebook is not a real time chat site. Never was, never will be. It's a post a cat picture site or a funny video, and 3 weeks later, somebody sees it and comments on it. That's Facebook. That is not real time chat. And it doesn't have a vibe for it, it doesn't have a rhythm. And so, but people, so they get out of the rhythm of chatting. And so it's just like, oh, I'm going to post something and that's it. But now Facebook decided they're going to make chat rooms on their group pages, real time chat rooms. Well, why would they do that? If chat is dead, like people say it is, why are they doing that? Facebook wouldn't invest money in it, in creating it, if it wasn't a need for it. And there is a need for it. That's why I still think what we're doing is relevant. you know, People have told me, "Oh yeah, you just need to get a social media, do Twitter or whatever." Yeah, if I went on Twitter, I could probably get a couple thousand people, but that's not what my vision is. My vision isn't to have a Twitter site. I could use Twitter. I came on here 13 years ago to chat with people in a chat room setting. That's what I feel like my gift is and my calling is, and that's where I feel like we're going to be the best that we can be in that atmosphere. Now, I think going into other people's sites in chat rooms like we did was a brilliant idea because we were able to set up chat rooms that were already there and bring the gospel, and it worked. It worked, and it worked beautifully because God was in it. That's the only reason it worked, because God was in it. And so I think that that's where we got to continue. But it's getting harder to find chat rooms. I went and did a research for a month on Christian chat, just going into uploading and going into different chat rooms, and they're dead. They're all dead. The only chat rooms that are even remotely doing any good are the ones that are the dating sites like Christian Mingle, and that's really not even, it's Christian title, but when you go on there, it's like they got I think they got transgendered now, and they've really just rolled over to the enemy, if that's the case. And it's not, it's not real time chat in group. It's one on one chat. It's hooking up with people. That's what that's all about. And those sites are doing really well. They have a lot. They have millions of people. Now they have sites like um, Halo and prayer.com and some of these sites. They get a lot of people too because they got apps and they advertised on TV. If I had an app and could advertise on TV, yeah, that'd be great. But so these Christian chat rooms, we do better than they do, and we're doing nothing, and yet we at least have life. We have a pulse. I mean, and sometimes our system is a little bit different because we're kind of all over the place. Like if we went on Epic Chat, did you ever go on Epic Chat with me back in the day when we were on there? I think that might have been before I met you. Epic Chat was kind of a well, it was before I went on Rabbit Chat, so that's how long back ago this was. And they basically had it's similar to Tiny Chat. You got your own chat room. You could watch YouTube videos in it, and there was video and audio chat. But it didn't work on mobile. It was terrible. It was really bad. And back then, mobile wasn't as big as it is now. So I went on there, and anyway, we actually had Bible studies on there. We led people to Christ on there. We had one girl got saved, and then she came back for several Bible studies and stuff. So it was really awesome. But they have a similar thing to like Bearcat where you have trending videos. Your video can trend, and we actually trended on there a couple times when we were on there. And then we'd get trolls coming in or people arguing, but they weren't nothing was ever as bad as Wire Club. That was a cesspool of false doctrine. But I don't know why we quit going on there. We just did. But I went back on there like a few days ago, and it's basically the same except they made some upgrades. The mobile works really good now, but the, you can watch videos, but it's not like a watch together where you know somebody comes in and it's like you're watching TV. They come in the middle of the show. Real time, linear time, whatever you want to call it. It's just basically you open up and watch it. So it's not really like watch together, but you can watch videos in there and stuff. But the cool thing about it is it's all random people. So even if we went in there a couple nights a week, you would start to grow a little bit of a group. We did. We actually started. We had like maybe 8 people that we were ministering to at one time. But that was when we were on Wire Club. And so Wire Club was our main focus at that time. So I remember now. Yeah, that goes that's way before Rabbit Chat. So we were on Wire Club, and so we were mainly still dealing with that. And at that time, we had a lot of problems because certain people that we were trusted became difficult, and we had a lot of drama and a lot of issues. And that probably is what killed Epic Chat. But for some reason, I just went back on there, and I thought pandemic would have killed it off, but it's it's still there. But anyway, I gotta keep praying for Game Warrior. I know he's going through a lot of stuff right now, and he's he's struggling. I think spiritually, like a lot of people are, and He's one of my most dear friends. He's been faithful to help me for the last, almost 2 years now. Is it going on 2 years? My goodness, time flies. But yeah, it's been rough for him, and I could tell, he's not one of these people that will give up on something. Uh, this is what Epic Chat looks like right here. So this is basically, here's the site. Wait, I don't want that one. Now what? Oh man, what happens if I restore it? Oh, it's been restored. All right, now what? So anyway, you got all these rooms and people, and there's 298 people online. I mean, that's not bad. All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can figure this out. I don't know what happened here. All right, I think what I know that's not. I just went through this. I actually just did this. Oh, join this room. All right, there we go. Oh, you already have the tab. Oh, it's because I'm on here. That's what's going on. It's not working because I'm on here, screaming. Wait, maybe. Oh, where am I at? Oh, I see it. Oh, that was weird. Okay, can you see that? That's the room. So you can do Giphy files. They got stickers. They got a lot of their own games and things. And then up here, you can video chat, start a broadcast, all that kind of good stuff. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm showing you? Oh, all right. Now, let me see. You see that? You see that screen there? No? All right, you don't see that, huh? Oh, you went to the link so you can see it. All right. So anyway, yeah, you kind of get the idea of what it is then, right? Okay. So you can do video chatting. It's like your own personal video chat room. And now that it works on mobile, there's 300 people on there right now at this given moment. That's not a bad amount of people. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but I mean, it could be like 7 people or something, but it's not really necessarily a prime night either. might be more people on a Friday night, or it's 9:18. Who knows? But it's actually a pretty there's rooms. There's some of the rooms aren't good, but again, it's just like anything. You got to funnel people into your chat room. But this one here, you can basically just go in and out of the one chat room. You don't have to even look at anything else. It's kind of set up that way. Although somebody could if they wanted to, just like anything. But it's like I said, you can get on here and chat, and then you can trend, and then see what happens. But this is another resource for us if we wanted to. Now, we got so many resources now, we need a full time team just to run them because it's impossible for. But you can multi. I did this before when I first started out. I would have 5 or 6 sites up at one time, and I was able to do it through splitting my screen and such. And it's kind of a thing where you have to figure out how to do that. But once you know how to do it, now the technology's there. You could actually be on 5, 6 sites at one time and just do like. But I mean, who has that kind of time? I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to do that. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Like that is not something that's easy to do. But we really what I need to do is I need to really start offering up jobs to people that want to help. People say, "Oh, I want to help." Okay, here, go on this chat room. It'd never come back. Well, I didn't do it. Well, anyway, um, I promise tomorrow night, if you come back, we'll do prayer night. We're not going to talk about chat rooms and then we might, if I won't show any of that, we'll just completely tomorrow night dedicate it to prayer and worship and that. So tomorrow night we'll get the word out, or I guess we could do it here or on Discord. It doesn't matter. Maybe Discord, just kind of switch it up a little bit. We could do it on you now if we got brave enough. Just go over there and do it. I mean, it's basically a video chat room, and we could get people. I mean, if we decided that, if we're brave enough to do it, I got a link. Um, so we'll see how we feel tomorrow night. Maybe we'd do something like that. It'd be kind of fun. See if we can shake the bushes a little bit, rile up some people. And me and Andrew are doing our podcast tomorrow. Well, we're recording it. Our podcast is going to be different, though. You see, what the enemy is trying to do is he's trying to wear us down so that we don't, the same thing that's happened over and over, wear us down to the point where we no longer care. And that's what he's doing. There's people I heard that from the show, Everybody Loves Raymond, that the wife of Patricia Heaton, she's a Christian, born again, and she said, "I'm tired of politics. I'm out." Well, the problem is we can't be out because the devil's using politics. He's using it to try to subvert our nation and destroy it. So our podcast is going to be about why should we care? Why should we care about it? Why should we be involved in it? And so that's kind of what our podcast is going to be about. We're going to share stories, give people a reason to care. I mean, 2024 will be here before we know it. If we get another Democrat president, our nation's gone. That's one reason we should care. It will affect everybody and how we live. It's already affecting how we live. Now they're trying to take our gas stove away. They're trying to take away our gas stoves. Like the things that they care about. I told Andrew this one day. Listening to them talk is like getting a root canal. It's the equivalent of a root canal or a colonoscopy. It's just absolutely the worst experience to listen to these people rattle on about nothing. And so that's going to be our podcast. And we're going to share somewhere in somewhere in our rants, we're going to have some scripture and mix that in there and try to bring everything to a biblical worldview. Some of that stuff that we were doing, you know, early on in Discord with when we had people coming in, that was so important. We can't ever underestimate how important it is to teach young people truth, because that may have been the only time they heard any counter point of view to the things they're being taught in school, like it's matter of fact, like transgenderism and being whatever gender you want to be is scientific. It's not scientific. And so that's, that was so important. And I'm glad we did that. And I mean, hopefully we can get back into having, no doubt we will, if we are online, we're going to have young people for sure, because that's where they're at. And, but what I was shocked to find out is that when you look at that scripture is really, I think, explains our generation, where Jesus said, while they slept, the enemy sowed in the wheat among the tares. I mean, the weeds, the wheat, the tares among the wheat. I'm sorry. The tares or the weeds. That's a word, English word for weeds. The weeds into the wheat. So these were, you know what they are. They were imitation. It looked like wheat, but when you would cut it open, it was not wheat. It was a weed. It was poison. And while we slept, the devil sowed in to our law abortion and taking prayer out of school and all of these different things that happened under our watch, when we were supposed to be praying and we were supposed to be watching, and we weren't. And while we were sleeping, the enemy did this. And so that's why it's important. That's what we're going to share. So hopefully it'll we can get that going. He's he's a bit difficult to work with. I hope he doesn't hear me someday. Uh, but yeah, he's a great kid, but sometimes it's not easy. He's like one of these Hollywood types. They're difficult to work with. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh man. So tomorrow we're supposed to do a podcast outside with my phone. See how it goes. Well, I guess that's it for now. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'll leave you a link. I don't know if we're going to do it on here or if we're going to do it on Discord. Or if we're going to do it on YouNow. YouNow is really easy to get on, though. It's not a problem. It takes a second to join it, and then if I have a link, you just go to the link, and it should link you in. But it's pretty easy. All right, man. Have a good one. Happy Friday to you. How's Lucia doing? Is she just working still at this time? Oh, good. All right. Well, hopefully with the app, it might be a little easier for her to get on some of the things we're doing. At least being able to keep people more aware. I think one of the things I'd love to do, and if we can get more people coming, and especially if God draws us some good Christian workers, I want to do more stuff during the day as well, because there's people in different time zones that we never ever are able to reach. I got people in Jerusalem and England, different places. And if I had something in daytime hours, it'd be like nighttime there. And you know, I just can't do everything myself. That's the problem. I need to pray in God give us some helpers, because I think like trying to get help right now, that's the hard part, because people are not here. And then if they're not here, you can't, because and it was my fault. I really should have instituted these positions a little bit better. I mean, at one time we had 16 people that were helping. I had literally had not enough spots on MailChimp. We were using MailChimp for like sending out notices and stuff. I didn't even have enough spots because I had them all filled. And I was teaching them how to do that stuff, and it was good. I mean, that was a good thing. I can't even believe that we did that now, because it's like. But then that one girl that was helping me, one of them was Avery. Of course, she's in college. That was nothing we could do about that. But then Ruby, she was helping me, and then she got busy with school. I haven't even seen her do a YouTube video in probably a month. She does a YouTube channel. She does what I do. She does what I do, but she has her own way of doing it, her own little channel. And she's like, I think she's like 17 or 18, and she's still in high school, but she's does a Christian podcast. It's awesome. And we're trying to get her to help us with ours. So because she's a young person, and she said she would help, but she's so busy with school, and I believe that. But school will be out soon, so I'm hoping maybe once school's out, I can get her to come on and help. She joined that iHeart, that not iHeart, that Heartbeat site that will be going. We won't be using that anymore. I don't even go on there myself. I got an app I don't even use. It's not really an app, so but I don't use it. I don't use it. That sounds really good. Hey, I got an app. I got something here, but I don't use it. Oh, that's good. But anyway, we'll be doing away with that pretty soon. And hopefully we can get her on board, and then she could help a lot. And then she might be able to pull in some other young people. But we got to get these young people back for sure. All right, man. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll talk to you later. God bless. And God bless America. Good night.